Now, if you're like me, you're a solo game developer and you can't do art at all and need a little bit of assistance, right? I'm here to give you a little bit of help. I found this awesome tool. It's called Tilemancer. Completely blew my mind when I found it. Trying to pop up the guy's Twitter here. Let me show you right here. Led Game Dev on Twitter, right here. And led.itch.io/Tilemancer. Let's scroll down here a little bit. Oh, what's this? Download now. Name your own price. Yes, this is a free tool if you choose to not pay for it. However, maybe after this video you'll change your mind. This is an excellent, excellent tool for making tiles in video games or whatever multimedia production you're working on. So, my specific use case, I needed some dirt-like, rock-like, whatever textures for terrain in my game, which I will show here in this video. Let me drag in some tools here. So on the left here we have a couple of things. I recommend messing around with bricks and cells first. That's probably the easiest tools to figure out. You notice we got one little knob here on the right side. We got an output. We can drag this right here to blend. Oh, same thing, huh? Well, we got two inputs here. What are we going to put on? Well, like I said, I wanted this to look kind of like dirt, right? So I want to be a little bit larger here. Okay, I could maybe get into that, right? Perlin noise. Now, if you're not familiar with this noise generation algorithm, very well known among people who are into procedural generation. Let's drag this up a little bit and then maybe crank the gain up a little bit, see where that gets us. Maybe a little bit more layers. Oh, a little bit noisy there. So we can kind of see, just by dragging these a lot, kind of the different effects we can get in different seeds. Nice, right? Alright, let's put in some more layers. And let's crank gain up a little bit. Alright, so we've got this rough looking texture here. I'm going to drag it into here. Not very good, right? Yeah, it's okay, but we see this. No. Well, let's fall off a little bit. Alright, getting a little bit better. Huh. Oh, what's this? Oh, wow. You can see here just by dragging stuff around and this messing with settings, we're getting some really unique looking stuff. But I'm not done yet. That's not good enough for me. Let's put in some lighting, right? Okay. Our height map. Oh, completely changed the game here. We got a completely different looking texture. Let's pull this down a little bit. And if we get close enough, we can see here that our texture right here in the Perlin noise, that's in between the cracks of these, right? So maybe we want this texture to be a little bit more visible, right? Invert. Guess what that does? Yep, you got it. Completely inverts it. Oh, what's this? Well, I don't like the way, because I like my shadows to be on the bottom, right? And since we're inverting, we have this kind of weird thing where it looks like it's upside down to me. So let's take note of this right here and see that the black is on the top, and let's start moving it around. Okay. Getting there, almost there. It's a little hard to drag this. Not a real big fan of the way that these UI elements are altered, but I can live with it, right? This is a free tool, like I said. Completely amazing that this thing is free. Now let's mess with that fall off a little bit. Let's see what sort of textures we can get here. Oh, looks like we got something that resembles like crinkled up paper here. That's nice. Alright, let's mess with our size a little bit. Some bigger. Now we get some rocks. Look at that. Nice little tool here. It got this awesome effect. What is it? I don't know. How long we've been doing this? Like 4 minutes? And we got this already awesome looking texture. I mean, we can keep going. We can mess around with the fall off a little bit more. You notice we're getting a little bit more soft on this side. Well, we can pull that back down, but that's a little bit... I don't like that as much. I like this, though. This is cool. Alright, so that's one thing we can do with this awesome little texture here. Now let me describe how the saving works in this. So there's two ways to save. You got project Y to save, which saves all of these elements here on screen into a project file. That's up here in the top right. Unfortunately, I am on wine right now, which means that I don't see any files here, right? And it has users Luke. Well, I think the way that it's, for some reason, whenever I run this in wine, it thinks that it's the users folder, which I think is a Mac thing, maybe. I don't know. But you have to go up twice, and you get home, and then you'll get your user directory and save it in there. And then I save it as .mancer, just to make it easy to figure out what files are which for me. But how do I dump these specific textures out, right? So to do that, you go and you click directly on the image here, and you'll get dumped into a save dialog again. You put in I put .png, and that seems to work. Maybe .jpg would save it as a JPEG. Not entirely sure. I did see that in the folder it has a lot of file types here for that sort of thing. So maybe, okay, I just see JPEG and PNG here, so maybe that's the only two files we support. .bmp might work. I think that's a default for SDL2. I can't remember. But let's hop back in the tool here. And I mean, we can keep messing with this, like I said, and get interesting effects. See here that we're kind of overshadowing our previous texture. Well, possibly. We can go in here and mess around with these modes. Now, something I don't like is that it's mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, through 5, and I'm not sure what those relate to. I know that these are blend modes, obviously, but not entirely sure what these relate to. But we can see here that we're getting a nice little effect out of this, kind of like we have little chips out of the rock here. But, you know, I don't like this. Maybe I decided, well, I like the effects I'm getting, but maybe not, you know, maybe this isn't what I want. Now, this is cool because we can see, you know, what it looks like here, then invert and go through. And that's the magic of this tool, because all of a sudden, well, now we're here. We've got this right here, and we see, well, what do I want? Well, I can put bricks down, right? 2 feels good, right? But let's experiment here. We can also up the width here, which changes the way these work. And these are tileable, right? So you're supposed to be able to put these next to each other, which is why this tool is so awesome, because I really suck at making stuff like this. So having a tool that does it for me is kind of amazing. Drag this on here, get invert. I don't think we need that invert anymore, but I'm not going to mess with it because we got this. It seems to work. Okay. And look, right here, we've already got a nice little texture. It looks like a roughed up pieces of block here. Let's keep messing with this and see what we get. I highly encourage you to just click on, looks like dragging this down will give us more. To mess up the seed a little bit, because sometimes I'll see stuff like this and go, it's okay, but then I'll mess with the seed and be like, oh, what is this? Something completely different, right? I think you see where this is going. This is an amazing tool, and the weird part is that this is free. I mean, it's pay what you want, and this has completely changed the way that I've worked on my game a little bit, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not very good at art, so I was like, man, this was the day that I needed these specific kind of textures that I'm about to show you, and this tool came out of nowhere, and I was like, what? Oh man, this is nuts. So I immediately went in here, figured out how to implement it into my game. I paint all of the art in my game procedurally, so it was just as easy as including in the terrain generation process, dragging in that texture and painting it on the ground, using it as a bump map of sorts. So notice the ground here has like veins in it. Now I'm still working on these tiles and such, but you get an idea here of just how far this tool can go. Let me hop out of this match real quick and I'll show you the other one that I have in here. Sorry, the typing is so loud. I got the microphone right next to the keyboard, and it's a mechanical keyboard with the loudest switches in the world, so apologies for that. Give it a second here to kind of pop in. Hopefully we don't die first. Boom, and I've got some textures in here from Tilemancer. great tool. Like I said, highly encourage you to give this thing a shot if maybe you aren't so artistically inclined. Yeah, really awesome tool. Thank you. I guess you go by Lead. Thank you. Amazing tool. Did not expect this thing to come out. And here we are with incredibly intuitive controls. Like I said, not a big fan of the way you change stuff, but it's really obvious that this thing is a passion project because there's so much detail in it. Like I said, you can look at this stuff right here and see the power of this thing is kind of crazy. This color wheel on its own is freaking awesome. Thank you for this tool. This is the guy's page right here. You can check the description box below for more details. And that's it.